settled here, we're going to do some gentle stretches. So make yourself a space. If you prefer to be seated, I've got a chair here as well. So you can do them seated or on the floor, whatever feels appropriate for today. So my name is Julianne Duffy. I am a yoga instructor and intuitive, and I read oracle cards. Today I thought I would have you join me doing some stretches as we get started for this beautiful day. I have a show with mupoentertainment.com where I produce and make my own shows reading oracle cards, and I'm going to be doing my season number 2, which will be starting right away, and I'll be doing astrology with them. Now I'm going to take a moment, see if anybody else gets online, and I'm going to grab my earphones. So give me one moment. We will get started. So make sure you've got some space, whether you've got a chair and you're going to do your stretches on your chair, or you're going to do it on the floor. Grab some space and we will get started. And then after, I've got a great little excitement. We're going to go visit some puppies. So give me one moment. So I'm not sure if these have worked yet. Let's see if I can get these on. Give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. I think we're back. Okay, and I got my earphones so I can talk a little bit better and you can hear what I'm doing. So as I said, we are going to do some gentle stretches. If you prefer to have a chair, grab a chair. We're going to do a little bit of breath work, get ourselves centered for this beautiful Sunday. My name is Julianne Duffy. I am a award-winning producer of a show on mupo.com where I read oracle cards, as well as I do that here on YouTube. I am a yoga instructor, oracle card reader, intuitive, and I bring them all together. So this morning we're going to do some simple, gentle breath work. And hello everybody that's coming in. I'm good. I hope you're having a great morning as well. We're going to do some simple breath work, some simple stretches, and then we're going to go visit some puppies. And I feel like it's just, a good time to see some puppies. And, because I came back to the farm, I've been traveling, and it's time to get back into it. And every time I go to do my practice, I'm like, why am I not sharing this with everybody? Because it's a great way to get started and start stretching. And I see there's somebody here in the comments. Why am I? I'm on my knees just to get. So it's kind of on here, but we've got a chair, or you can be seated on the floor. So it depends on what you would prefer. But I will do the stretches this morning on the chair, so we have an option as well. And don't mind me, I'm on my phone. Oh, thank you. From Poland. Well, I'm in Canada, so it's a little bit further. I'm glad you're having a good evening. Okay, well, let's get started. We're going to settle ourselves, get into our breath work. And what I always like to do, because if you are following my channel, I do pull oracle cards as well as do inspiration. So I always like to pull a card on, what the guides have for us, something to focus us on. So as I get the cards today, I thought, because it is the middle, I've been harvesting. We have been harvesting on the farm. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's kind of the end of the season here in Canada. That the fairies would be appropriate. What do the fairies have with this beautiful energy as we're coming to the harvest time and the end of the summer? Because last night was a little bit cold here, much colder than I would have liked for the fact that we're not even into September yet. So we're going to let's get ourselves seated, whether you're sitting on the floor or you're sitting in a chair. We're going to take a deep breath in. Let's bring our shoulders up towards our ears. Let the shoulders slide down the back, let the head be level, and activate the core. We're going to close our eyes, and before we go into this, we're going to bring a moment of gratitude. So whatever comes up, when you think of what you are grateful for, we want to up our vibrations. Gratitude, authenticity, love, and joy are the highest energies. So this morning or evening, wherever you are in the world, let's take a moment, and in our mind's eye, we're going to imagine a phrase. I am grateful for. We only have to choose one thing this today. So I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my breath. I'm grateful for waking up. Whatever it might be, let's see those words come across our mind's eye. I am grateful for, and then whatever it is, I am grateful. And with this last time of internally repeating it, I am grateful. Let's imagine our heart center, this beautiful green energy just starts to surround us and our gratitude thought. And we bring it right into our heart center that we are grateful as we go through this practice. And our message for today is motivations. That's the card we got from the fairies. So I'll bring that up here so you can see it. It's going to be reversed, but it is the motivation card. And this one says, when spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. So that seems appropriate. Today is motivation. We're getting started. We're going to come into our breath and do some gentle movement, whether we're finishing our day or beginning our day. The guides are saying it's time to be motivated and do what we need to do. Those little end jobs, like that's what I'll be getting to right after, doing all those random jobs around the farm. So as we take our next breath in, this time let's bring our shoulders up to the ears. Let them roll back down the spine. Let's let the hands come onto the lap. Now we're going to stretch out through the obliques. So we'll keep the left hand onto our leg. We're going to bring that right arm up towards the sky. Really feel the seated bones grounded on the chair or the floor as we lengthen through the side of the body, lengthening. And then as we exhale, keeping both seated bones in the chair, we're going to start to lean over to the left. Feel that beautiful space and opening into the side of the body. We're going to close the eyes, take a beautiful deep breath in. Imagine that there's some space coming into the obliques. And then we're going to imagine that we're using our core muscles, belly button to spine, to bring ourselves back through center and gently release the arm down to the side. We're going to let that hand come on, the right hand come onto the right thigh. The left arm starts to extend towards the sky, feeling that space between the rib cage as we gently lean over to the right. Deep breath in, maybe imagining I am grateful for movement or whatever our gratitude statement is this morning, evening, afternoon. And then using those core muscles to come back through center and gently release. Let's continue with the upper body. On the next breath, we're going to rotate our arms overhead. We're going to bring our hands to our heart center as we exhale. And keeping, again, those seated bones grounded, we're going to add a twist. So we'll twist to our right to begin with. So thumbs pointing towards the chest, lengthening through the torso, gently twisting over to the right. The seated bones are grounded. We start to look over the shoulder towards the back of the room. Take a deep breath in. Use those core muscles as we exhale, coming back through center. Take another beautiful deep breath in. And then as we exhale, gently twisting over to the left. Let the gaze follow. And inhale back through center. Let's release those arms. Take a moment. Let's continue. We're going to use our lower body. So if you're on the floor seated, we're going to bring our legs out straight into a Paschimottanasana. If we're on our chair, we're going to do one leg at a time. So what we're going to do here is we're going to bring our right leg forward, toes pointing towards the sky, and our heel onto the floor. The left leg can stay where it is. We're going to take a deep breath in, keeping those seated bones grounded. Now, if we have both legs straight, we're going to let ourselves start to fold over both legs or just the one leg. Let the hands land onto the shin, the thigh, whatever they reach. We want to avoid locking the knee. We're going to take a deep breath here, let the torso expand. And then as we exhale, maybe imagine we can get a tiny bit closer to the legs. Start to feel that stretch into the back of the body, maybe into the hips, lower back, hamstring, calf, back of the leg. Let's take another deep breath in. And as we breathe that in, maybe imagine that exhale is starting to create a little more space wherever we might have tightness. So if we have tightness in the legs or into the back, we're breathing that out. Now, whether we're on the floor in Paschimottanasana with both legs straight or with the one leg, we're going to gently come back up to seated. So we can use our hands if we need to, or gently just use those core muscles as we come back up. In our chair, we're going to bring that foot back to the 90 degrees, sit up tall. If we're in our Paschimottanasana, so seated forward fold, we're going to take a moment sitting tall, and we're going to repeat this time on the other side, or a second time into Paschimottanasana. So this time that left leg goes straight, heel on the floor, toes to the sky. Take that deep breath in. Let's rotate those arms overhead, lifting out of the hips. Keep those seated bones grounded as we forward fold. Let the hands land wherever. Once again, have that little bend in the knee, so we're avoiding locking the knee. We'll take our deep breath in as we expand, and then that exhale as we find ourselves coming closer to the leg, or imagining we can release that little bit more. And internally, as we're here, let's again come back to that gratitude. I am grateful this morning, afternoon, evening, today, for whatever it is. One thing to focus on with that gratitude. When we are in gratitude, we cannot be anxious. We can't be depressed. This is the energy we want to bring in to our day. I am grateful for my body. And then as we let that go, on the next breath, we're going to slowly bring ourselves back up, whether we're in our Paschimottanasana or back to our seated, and we'll bring that leg back to the starting position. Take a moment, notice how that feels. Let's continue stretching the upper body. We'll start with our left side this time. So we're going to bring our left arm up to shoulder height. We're going to gently pull it across the chest. And then from here, you can stay gazing forward, or we can start to gaze over the shoulder. Imagine that the chin can get over the left shoulder. And we're hugging that arm as close to our chest as possible. Keeping with that strong core, so we're still sitting tall, that active core, deep breath in. As we exhale, maybe imagine we can hug that arm even a micromillimeter closer to our torso. One more breath. And slowly, let's bring ourselves back through center. We'll gently release that left arm. Give it some love, maybe shake it out. And we're going to do that on the other side. So let's bring that right arm up to shoulder height. Gently using that left arm, we hug it across our chest. Again, feel free to go wherever feels appropriate for your neck. We don't want to force anything. You can start to gaze over the shoulder if that feels appropriate as we hug the arm towards us. And I have a little fly bothering me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. If you're from Canada, you might, or North America, I don't know if they do that in overseas, but there's a song little kids sing about shoo fly, don't bother me. It's the benefit of being on the farm. There is lots of creatures. Let's take one more breath here. And gently bringing our gaze back through center. Let's release the arms. Take a moment, shake it out. Notice how that feels. We're going to, once again, we're going to do another forward fold. This time, if we are in the chair, we're going to bring both feet forward. And if you're sitting down with your Paschimottanasana, we're going to bring our feet forward. So a little bend, heels on the floor, toes pointing to the sky. Most important that we keep those seated bones into or on the chair. We want to avoid falling out. And what we're going to do here, we're going to take our deep breath in, rotate those arms overhead, and then we're going to gently forward fold once more over both legs, whether we're on the floor or in the chair, letting the hands come to the shins or the thighs, the chin to the chest. Let's take that deep breath in. And then as we exhale, maybe imagine we can stretch a little bit deeper. And we're going to add a twist here, only if that feels good. So again, if this is a lot and you're finding with your balance that this is more than enough, stay here. You know yourself and your body, and this is your practice, so stay right here. But if you want to go a little deeper, we're going to bring our arms out to a T, and we're going to let the left arm head behind us, the right arm, we're going to get that right pinky finger, and imagine we can reach to the left pinky toe. So we're doing that little bit of a stretch lengthwise. You can gaze over to the left if that feels good. We're getting that little bit of a stretch here. Another deep breath in. And then as we exhale, let's bring those arms back out to a T. We're going to challenge ourselves. Sitting tall. So if we're in our Paschimottanasana, we're taking a moment sitting tall. And then we're going to reach that left fingers to the right toe as that right arm comes behind, adding that twist. Deep breath in. And exhale, letting that release. On the next breath, use those core muscles or imagine as we come back through center. If our legs are straight in Paschimottanasana, we can keep them there or come back into a cross-legged position, and then we can bring those heels under the knees, sitting tall. Take a moment, let's close the eyes. Let's check in, noticing how the body feels. Done a few stretches. Take that moment of awareness. Deep breath in, I am grateful for my body. And then letting that go. On the next breath, let's bring those arms once more overhead. We're going to interlace those fingers, and we're going to start to bring the palms towards the sky. Now, depending on your wrists, you might only start to come forward a little bit. If that feels really good and that's quite intense, stay there. If you can, we are going to get those palms to the sky, lengthen through the arms, shoulders away from the ears, so avoid wearing them as earrings. And we're going to lengthen and align. Deep breath in. Notice how that feels, keeping those seated bones grounded. Feel that beautiful elongation through the spine, strong core, belly button to spine. And slowly we'll bring those palms towards the head. We'll gently release those hands and let them come back down to the sides. Now we're going to do a variation of thread the needle. And I'm going to show you both whether you're in the chair or on the floor. And that's going to be kind of our final one for the gentle stretches for this morning. Normally when I do a class, we're doing it for at least half an hour, getting the basic warm up going. But we're just going to do a few for today and then go see some cute puppies. So if you're in your chair, this I call the figure 4 in the chair, thread the needle variation. And depending on your flexibility, we'll keep our left foot grounded. Now, first option, you can always bring, if there's a lot of tightness, you can always bring that right foot so the right toes are on the outside of the left, kind of making a figure 4. This is a very gentle variation, and then we forward fold. Now, if you've got a little more flexibility and you're in the chair, you're going to bring the right legs, the right shin is kind of on the side of the left thigh. This is your variation. And then we're going to sit and gently forward fold. Now, if you're on the floor, it's very similar. It's a little more challenging. We're going to keep that left foot flat to the mat. We're going to see if we can get that right foot as if we were on the chair. And it's the same thing. So if we're sitting here, we're going to keep our hands onto the floor, lengthening through the torso. And this is our thread the needle variation. If we're in our chair, we're going to forward fold. So choose whatever feels appropriate. We're going to go into that. We're going to hold for 3 deep breaths. So if we've got our chair pose here, reach those arms overhead and gently release. You can let everything go here if you're in your forward fold over the chair. If you're sitting on the floor, keep that spine long, okay? Let everything go with that breath. And while we're here and we take in that next breath, maybe consider how we can be motivated to accomplish those things we need to do today or tomorrow, depending on what time of the day it is for you. If it's the beginning of your day, what do you need to accomplish? And be grateful. Maybe send that attitude of gratitude that you have a bunch of things to do. Being grateful that we are busy and that we have many things to do. Being motivated to take those steps to accomplishing our goals for the day. Let's take another deep breath in, bringing in that motivation, knowing that as we open up and get our bodies moving a little bit easier, it's easier to motivate ourselves to do stuff. Once we start with our day, it gets easier from this point to start to keep moving, right? Now, if we're on the floor, we're going to gently start to release that leg, bringing so that both knees are to the sky. If we're in our chair, we're going to gently start to push ourselves away from the leg. Take a moment, shake that out, and release. Perfect. Let's do that again on the opposite side. So once again, your first option, if you're on the chair, you can gently do this. If this is enough and you can feel it into the hips, into the quad area, lower back, fantastic. Or go that little deeper, bring it onto the thigh. And again, if you're on the floor, the knees are to the sky. We're bringing that left leg across the right, keeping the hands by our hips and lengthening. So we're feeling that deep, deep stretch into the hip. Stay there if you're on the floor. If you're in the chair, we're going to go and repeat into that forward fold. That deep breath in, lengthen, exhale, letting that go. And bringing in that attitude of gratitude. Once again, I am grateful for taking this time to do a few stretches this morning. I am grateful for my family, for this morning, this evening. I am grateful. And with one last breath, let's bring in, I am grateful for the sign to be motivated, to keep myself going as we slowly push ourselves out of our pose, coming back to our starting position. If you're on the floor, you can come to a cross-legged or Paschimottanasana. Bring your feet to the floor if you're on the chair, whatever feels good. Once again, we're going to take a moment and let's take 3 full mindful breaths. So with these breaths, we're going to inhale internally for about a count of 4. Take a brief moment at the top when we don't think we can take any more air in. And then at the exhale, we're going to let it go and hold at the bottom. We're going to do it 3 times to finish off our morning breath work. So when you're ready, exhale, preparing. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the torso be expanded. Hold for a moment. And then we're going to exhale for at least 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more times. Another deep full breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. Deep breath in. Hold at the top and then let it go. And we'll take this final moment to notice how a few movements felt, a little bit of breath work, just getting ourselves motivated as per our message from the fairies. Getting that motivation, getting started for our day, or the motivation to be prepped for tomorrow. That was my gentle practice. I know it went a little bit longer. I could go on for hours. I really could. However, I want to get to that big bonus so we can go see some cute puppies today. So I'm going to take you on a little field trip. So don't mind me as I grab my phone here and I'll see what kind of comments I had. Oh, well, thank you. Something in the floor. Oh, yes. I found something on the floor. I already cleaned the floor. And, that's just what happens, right? On the farm, things come moving in. I'm going to switch my camera around as we go on a little tour here. So we're on the farm. We're going to go visit some puppy here. If you are around in Alberta, these puppies are for sale, so you can always come get them. They are Pyrenees mix, so they're the big puppies. So not a purse dog by any means. But let's see, are they all napping now? They did get some food, so they might be napping here. We're gonna 10 puppies, 1 boy, one girl, and all the rest are boys. Hello. Oh, hello. Did I bother you guys from your nap? Look at that. Look. That's the little run. So cute. She's like, oh, you woke me up from my run. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, they're so cute. Cute overload. Hello, puppies. So there is your morning or evening. Oh, there's Mama. Mama came to check. She's here to say hi. Come take care of the babies. Hello. Hello, Mom. So cute. So there's our puppy info for the morning. Snuggles here for the end of the day. Oh, yeah, Mommy, we love you. So cute. Well, you guys have a fantastic day. And I will do this again very soon, and we'll continue, starting our day with some gratitude, maybe get some more puppies, as long as we have the puppies around, and get some stretches going so we can get motivated to start our day, like the guide said with the card this morning. Motivation. It's time to get up, start moving, getting everything done. So you guys have a beautiful day, and until next time, namaste.